Hello and welcome to Homespun 2020, a presentation by the Mill Museum and funded in part by the Last Green Valley. The Mill Museum is located in Willimantic, Connecticut, and this is the site of a huge factory that produced thread. First, it was the Willimantic Thread Company, and then it was bought by the American Thread Company. This is Thread City, and sometimes we like to make crafts out of thread spools. So I have a couple of jewelry projects here. And let me tell you what materials you'll need. You're going to use some spools. They can be old spools, or sometimes you can find spools that you get from somebody who sews, or sometimes you can find old spools in a tag sale or a thrift shop. And they might be any size, and they might have thread on them or not. I'm going to add some thread, so I'm going to use some embroidery thread to put thread onto the spools. Sometimes you want to paint the spools or paint the base of this pin, so you might want some paints and a paintbrush. I'm going to need scissors because I'm going to cut the embroidery floss, and I'm going to need some glue. So these are the materials that I'm going to need. So I'm going to take some embroidery floss, and I don't need very much, so I'm going to cut a small piece, and I'm going to put some glue on the spool, and then I'm going to take the embroidery floss and start it on one side and wrap it all the way around, and actually fill it in and make it look like it's a spool of thread. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to pick up some others that I've already started here. I have some spools, little spools with the thread already on it, and it's already dry. And I've even made some little labels to go on the ends of the spool. This is a base, and it has a pin backing on it. So I have several of those that I can choose from that I've already made. And now I'm going to put some glue on here. And I'm going to glue down these spools. And I can't really use the pin or wear the pin until the glue sets up. So it's good to let it set up for a whole day. And there is a pin of thread spools that I will proudly wear around Thread City, Willimantic, USA. Here's one I made with a strip of cloth and some spools. And inside, the cloth is like a tube, and inside the tube, there are marbles, like beads to hold it. This is another strip of cloth with little spools covered with embroidery floss. You can also make jewelry with buttons. So, thank you very much for joining us today on Homespun 2020. This program presents ideas of activities using things that you might have around the house.